Hello, and welcome to another edition of One on One with Dr. Brooks. Today is a special moment for me because I am in Vincent, Alabama, and of course, Vincent is the place where I started my career in Shelby County. I'm super honored today to have two students from Vincent High School who you'll get to meet in just a moment. But I have to mention that what makes it even more special is that I actually taught and coached both of these young ladies' dads, and I taught their moms. So this is truly a special moment for me, an opportunity in many respects with the next generation. So at this time, I'd like to introduce you all. To my immediate left is Chloe Abrams. Chloe, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And to my further left is Ella Dean Fields. Ella Dean, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So, just to tell you a little bit about these two, both are involved in lots of things at Vincent High School. I'll let them share some things, but they both are cheerleaders and they both play golf together. So, they're really involved in the community and involved in their school. So, what I would ask you both first is number one, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you're doing in your school, but then tell us what you love most about your school and community. And so, Eladine, we'll start with you.
Okay. So, one thing that I really love about our community is that since we are such a small school, like we all know each other and we're really close with each other. And so I feel like I can really go to the people here with like things that I'm dealing with,
Yeah,
or like when I need help, that I know that there's somebody there that's going to help me and like push me to be the best person that I can be.
yeah,
So
for
I
sure.
really enjoy that about our small school.
Sure, sure. I would argue that that's what I enjoyed
Yeah.
about it. So, and Chloe, tell me what you
Um,
enjoy.
I would have to say what I enjoy most is probably like since we're such a small community, like the parents and teachers here are like really supportive of the sports and stuff. So like a lot of the kids that like they teach or that they know, like they'll come out and they always like support it, like the baseball, softball, and like football and basketball. They're all like really big deals to like the teachers and parents in the community.
Right.
So like if it's ever something like, for instance, like when the football players made it to the playoffs, like they were really the parents and the teachers were really involved with that and they were happy that they did that. So it was I like that about having a small community that everyone's like so supportive of each other.
Absolutely. And again, something that I loved about it and was here for 9 years. So, speaking of, you mentioned the football playoffs. There have been a lot of wonderful things that have happened this year in the school, just with the various sports, but also we're doing more dual enrollment, so things like that are important for the school district. So if you had to think about those things that have been so wonderful this year, what do you feel like is going to be your fondest memory of 2023? Chloe, let's start with you.
Oh, probably my favorite memory of 2023, I do have to say, us making it to basketball playoffs was good, but when we were down with 1 minute left in the fourth quarter and we came back and scored that touchdown like that, like all of the cheerleaders, like we're just out there cheering, but that was such like a happy moment for us. Like we were all crying, the football players were crying, our coach was crying, like we were just that happy, like
Yeah,
made it to the playoffs because we haven't done that in
right.
so many years. And so for us to do that and know, like, you know what, even though we were down, like we came back and all the parents and the coaches and everything were just so supportive. Like it was just such a happy memory.
Sure, sure.
I would have to agree because like there's so many people that I know this year and that I love, like seniors, and so it was really special to me for them to be able to win the game and like have to be able to go to the playoffs, and that's so memorable for them because they're the first team to ever win 10 games in a season,
Yeah,
and so it was just really special to be on the sidelines. Like Chloe said, it was so like magical to be
right.
out there with them. And that's what I love about cheer is that you're involved.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, what's interesting about that game, so I was thinking that it was over. You know. So I'm headed out and all of a sudden I get a call, they won. I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" So
Yeah.
yeah, it was just you
It
you
was
ma-
really
yeah,
special.
y'all special,
It was,
magical,
yeah.
every word that you guys have used has been is what it was. And I certainly, having been here and coached here, it is one of those things that you love about small community and the experience that you have because everyone rallied around and rallies around what we do here in the Vincent community. So, um, tell me what y'all's favorite classes are, and you know,
I really like English.
okay,
Um, I always have loved to read books, and I feel like English, for most people, they don't like it because you're always reading and you're always writing essays.
right,
But I would much rather be reading a book than studying chemistry.
yeah,
So I really enjoy English.
sure,
My favorite class is definitely math. Like Ella
huh,
said, I like to read and I like, especially like Shakespeare. I love those plays, but
that's
it's just
interesting.
as far as writing and reading, like I'm really good at it. I just don't necessarily enjoy it, but math has always been my thing. And
Okay,
I enjoy math class and figuring out numbers and stuff like that.
very cool, very cool. All right, so here's an interesting question, and I've already kind of gotten the okay from your dads on this. Okay,
Okay.
so what questions would you both have of me about your parents when they were at this age?
Um, um, well, first I would like to know how my mom was in PE because I
Okay.
just can't see her in PE.
Okay. All right. So we'll start with your mom. Um, your mom, um, she was a person who, you didn't have to ask her twice to do anything, and you probably knew she didn't love it because, as you probably know, your mom will let you know. Is not afraid to speak her mind. But I think the thing that I love the most about your mom is that she was willing to be different and was not apologetic about it, and it was always a cool moment for both of us in our relationship as a teacher and a student because we had these common interests. And so, yeah, I love the fact that she was not afraid to be different, and she's very creative.
She is.
Yeah. So, what do you want to know?
Gosh, so I pretty know like my mom, she's kind of the same person I am. She was very laid back, but I want to know what like my dad was like
Okay.
because his personality is kind of like different from my mom's. So,
Sure, sure. Well, let me just say a little bit about your mom first, okay? Because your mom will probably kill me, but anyway, your mom was very quiet, and you, you almost had to pull words out of her. She's really, really sweet, like really sweet. And again, she was one of these people that she would do what you
yeah.
ask. So, as far as your dad, um, rule follower, um, hard worker. Um, I think he pushed himself, as it relates to
Yeah.
excellence. He was always pushing himself. I think he asked a lot of questions. Your dad probably was just like the model student, the one that you want to.
Yeah.
And all the things that he's doing now, I can visualize. I can go back to that time and visualize him, being that. But a real rule follower, you know. Now your dad, same thing. He was kind of the all American kind of guy. Um, you know, a leader, someone you could go to and he would process things really well. Uh, your dad was probably a little bit of a heartthrob. A lot of girls liked him, you know.
How do you remember my parents like being together in high school?
I do.
How were they in high school? I feel like they would be so much different than they are now.
Right.
I don't know necessarily that they were that different. You know, I think they both had their own individuality, but you know, I can recall them caring very much for each other, you know. So, yeah, it's interesting.
It
Like your
is.
parents
Like,
were
yeah, we're high school
they
sweethearts.
they were.
It's so
It's
weird
so
to
weird
think
thinking
about you
about that.
meeting your husband in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it is a little weird.
Well, it's happened to both of your
I mean,
parents and
I'm not cutting it out. I'm just saying.
yeah. Well, they were both just two really, you know, I know guys don't use the word cute, but they were really cute couples and you know, they were kids that you really wanted to be around. So,
Yeah.
and I will say this for both of you, you are actually both beautiful reflections of who they are, you know. So,
Thank you.
Thank
which
you.
is yeah, which is interesting because I still speak to them, you know. Y'all know that
Mhm.
all the time. So yeah. So anyway, hopefully your mom won't kill me for saying all
Oh
of
no,
that. But
she won't.
she was super sweet though. Super sweet. So um so here's some rapid fire questions.
Okay.
Okay. Not too bad. Favorite season of the year? Winter,
Summer.
springs. Okay.
Summer.
Summer.
Summer. Okay. Pizza or wings?
Okay, if it's the thin crust from Domino's, pizza. But
Okay.
that's the only pizza I like.
I got you.
No, definitely wings.
Okay. Okay. All right. Here's a big one. This one's relative to your families. Daddy's girl or mama's baby?
Ooh, I feel like they're definitely gonna watch this.
They
So,
are.
Gosh, that's kind of hard.
I feel like me and my mom are more best friends, you know? Like I can go to her about all of the things. But growing up, I was definitely a daddy's girl.
Okay.
I feel like I'm more of a mama's baby now, though.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, like, obviously, like, my mom's a girl. It's like I talk to her about stuff, but I do have to say, I've definitely always been a daddy's girl. Like, me and my dad, like, we've always done everything together. So, like, I love both my parents, but I've always been a daddy's girl, and he's really just like me and him talk about so much, and he's definitely like even my cheer coach will call him he's that cheer dad, like he's that
Yeah.
rodeo dad, and like when I play golf and stuff. So, I'm definitely a daddy's girl.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. You know, both of your dads are great girl dads.
They are.
They
I tell
are.
people all the
They're
time,
great girl dads.
I want a husband that is like my dad.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a really cool thing to say. I'm sure they will like hearing that. Well, guys, thank y'all for being on the show. And certainly, I hope and I know y'all know how much I love this community. I love both your families very much. And I'm just honored to be here today and to have you here and for everyone in Shelby County to get to meet you all because, you know, the goal of this video podcast is to share the great kids that we have in our system. And you both represent not only your community and your school, but you represent Shelby County really well. So thank you both for being here.
Thank
Thank
you for
you.
having us.
Welcome. And everyone, thank you so much for joining us today in Vincent, Alabama. So grateful for the opportunity to share with you two amazing students in our school district, and certainly one of the wonderful schools that in many respects could be considered a hidden jewel in Shelby County. So thank you for joining my one-on-one today, and I look forward to sharing more students with you in the very, very near future. Take care.